Hello there. Welcome. So I had the Justice card yesterday. Of approaching this in a way of um like improving my intuition and my trust within my wisdom and the truth that I have within. But my truth is only a reflection of my reality, and it will, I'm not coming here to tell you this is your situation and this is how you should deal with it. You should listen to me. I know better. It's just more that I'm doing this for fun and to practice. That's why we're kind of near the end because I've been doing this on my own for a while. I'm doing uprights with these only, and when I'm done, I'll go back to reverse so I can really get into the details of each card, um, like what they mean to me and what I can give, like what comes out. Yeah. Um, I think that's good enough there. Enough clarifications. Let's let's get to see what the card of the day. Did I mention what the card of? I think I did. The sun. Wow. Before this, I just kind of switched from frustration and kind of feeling very tense to this kind of hopeful feeling. I had a conversation with a family member that started like with a lot of intense emotions, and then it kind of faded into, or like shifted into something where it feels like this is kind of my heart and it's opening up, or like I'm kind of this the inner child is like, I'm free, we can believe in stuff again, it's okay. um yeah, I think i'm I'm trying to say that it's beautiful that it like seems to fit for me. um so 19 is kind of drawn as end, a new and like a cycle ending, a new beginning, and another cycle ending. And it's kind of like the new beginning is squashed in between. My mind is a little bit giving me five sentences to start in different directions, and I'm muddling them all up. So I'm gonna sit with this card, and I'll get back. Turn to that naive hope that you were told to suppress because it wasn't true, because it wasn't realistic. Let it guide you. It's what wants freedom, to love freely, to believe freely, to have faith. It doesn't have to be religious. Faith in yourself, to move through all the cycles that end and the beginnings and the ends again, as you always will have this to guide you. I think that's all I can really bring out from that. Um, but let's kind of balance it out with the Darkwood Tarot. Um, we're gonna see, this is the conscious mind of today. We're gonna see what's kind of subconscious, what's kind of maybe getting in the way, or you know, what's wanting to come forth from the subconscious to engage with that sun energy. Okay, let's see. Oh, logical. Okay, the external way of being logical about emotions. That facts over feelings sort of thing that has been kind of a little bit ingrained in us, regardless of your gender, I believe. Um, this king, he's no longer kind of holding it up the way that he does in the the Rider Smith tarot. He's putting it down. It's heavy to only lead with logic. That part of you that makes you, feel like when you're emotional, when you're passionate, when that you're being too much, that you this is not how you should react. These are not the emotions you should be having. But you're coming to the space of letting it rest, of believing that it does have a purpose and it could benefit you, but it's only suppressing this part of you that wants to just literally be in that energy of freedom, of innocence, of just letting your creativity flow in whatever way that comes, without trying to shut yourself out simply because it's not logical, because it doesn't seem to be the right thing to do. It's following your intuition, that bright feeling that even when it tells you something is wrong, it still kind of like it still has an inner light to it. Um, so let's see what else we can bring. Um, I'll bring two cards here, one from this, possibly from another one, but let's see. Sun, King of Swords. I think this really aligns well with me as well, because okay, that was a weird formation. Ooh, Power. So that's kind of the completion of that cycle. Let's see what else is the other cycle. The new beginning, I would say, is the Sun, is the a different way of approaching your King of energy, King of Swords energy. King of Swords is kind of the logical of how things seem from the outer world um can affect you. I'm not sure if that sentence made sense, but I'm a little muddled up today. But yeah, it's it's kind of your logical mind in that kind of tells you that you shouldn't believe that there's hope even after kind of having your house broken. Don't know why that did that. I'm not yeah. Um yeah. Hmm. This would be like around the heart chakra, and the Sufi tarot kind of comes from this wisdom of opening up your heart towards the divine, and it doesn't matter what you believe that divine is, but it's just about a power of creation. I see faith to be something that is creative, um, and I think religion over time has only kind of restricted us, and it's I think if someone wants to believe in religion, they should believe it freely. But if someone doesn't and wants to approach it in a different way, they should be as free into doing that. But yeah, it's kind of the heart chakra of something breaking your heart open. But it's also kind of approaching you from different aspects. Like it could be the external mind of others. I kind of lead with my heart more than my heart, or at least that's what people kind of make it seem. I think that I I lead with a I think I'm in a flow of I let my emotions be my emotions and I let my mind be my mind. I don't try to approach my emotions with logic because emotions are illogical in a way. Um, but yeah, it's kind of maybe part of that is the external that's kind of maybe it doesn't even have to be like actual. people coming to contradict what you believe. It could just be like past seeds that have been growing there within you, and yeah, but it's still hopeful, still possible. And the way the numbers kind of work here, this is 10 being end of a cycle, 5 being um, so 16 is a new beginning after an instability of an end of a cycle. It's kind of like 1 after 5 and 10. Um, it's kind of one way you could see that. There's just so much light. It's also kind of there's communication for you to do, whether within yourself, to acknowledge something. Would it, you know? Ooh, I didn't take that because I only wanted one card. Um, just one card to kind of see the other cycle that's coming to an end and taking you towards that. Let's see. I say you, but most of these are like I'm genuinely talking to myself. Ooh, judgment reversed. Interesting. Okay, let's place these here. I want it to kind of be like this is the um 10 on cycle, and then I might add 2 cards here to kind of lead towards, I don't know. I just like the layout. Anyway, so judgment. You're not yet awoken to the possibility of that. I Something that really kind of drew me in is that um the new beginning of one in between the ends is not there. So it makes sense. It's hard to believe that there is something that can grow from here, that life doesn't end here. Oh, devil. Wow, that is so beautiful. It's like literally just one before the tower. Um, mm, I like that. I would have put it there, but it landed there, and I just kind of accepted it because sometimes I place the cards, and sometimes the cards place themselves. And let's balance that out. Maybe this kind of energy has been like blocking you from no. You've been chained to the way your life can be perceived. You're just kind of overly aware of the decisions you're making, the actions you're taking, um, how you can be perceived in this like logical and critical way. And it's kind of has kept you tied in. It's kept you chained to beliefs that are not true. But it's led you to this tower moment, so things that are not stable are being broken down, and your heart is getting open, and you're getting ready to communicate better with yourself, with your intuition, with what you want, that inner child with that hope. And it's not something that you're ready to fully be awoken up to yet. but it is getting there. I say this because this is very true for me. It sounds very silly because I'm saying it right now, and just I think that I'm saying it and I know it. It's like, no, I still feel very hopeless in many ways, and like, but there is a beautiful foundation to build. There's wonderful things. Let's see what else can be there. In this card, not in just anyway. Let's just get okay. Hmm. Hmm. Five of Swords. I was just thinking of that card when I mean, it's the same card, but I was thinking of it in that word of nafs, of like it's a entanglement with the self, with the shadow. I love how they approach it. It's very beautiful. Um, but I'll show you the card anyway because I think it's still giving you hope that you can break free and move towards um the light, move towards the sun. Mm. um, yeah, maybe you're not quite yet acknowledging that that was a conflict that was occurring. Maybe like in my case the conflict wasn't even acknowledged. Like I was seeing that there was things, there were so many layers to the situation, and I was not giving that acknowledgement. Nobody wanted to see that there was a conflict, to awaken to it, that there is like the the nefs, the shadow of each of us kind of being at play, of mind over heart kind of energy. And um I think maybe that's what you need to give yourself, if that's also your case, of acknowledging that there is a conflict and kind of where it comes from and what it led to. But it doesn't mean that there isn't hope, that there isn't a new beginning for you. I just think you got this. I think that's where I'll end this part, but I will do oracle card. This is something to keep in your heart as you kind of sit in this energy. Whoa. It came out this way, so I will just accept this. You don't need someone else to fix you. Gold. It's that Japanese kind of technique of putting gold in something broken. But I'll push it further and say that you're not even broken. But there's kind of like, as if we kind of go back to this idea of beliefs being um seeded, kind of having seeds within you from before, and they have grown into spiky plants or trees that have only been hurting you. And as you're kind of taking them out, there will be gaps. And what you can put within that is this wonderful sun, this wonderful gold, this hope, love. You are worthy. I also like to read what the book has to say. So let's see. Someone is trying to convince you that you're broken beyond repair, unless you accept a helping hand, of course. If someone offers to fix some part of you, it's not because they're being selfless or kind. They know that you're in a vulnerable place, and they want to make you entirely dependent on them. Tell them no thank you. You know exactly how to put the gold in your own cracks. I guess in a way, that means you don't even have to listen to me. And I hope that's the approach that you're taking because I never want to kind of come out here and post, like I always like to clarify that in the beginning that I'm never coming from a place of this, I know your situation better. You should listen to me. It's more of I'm practicing this for myself and something within me wants to share it. And that's it.